Let's start off with the sprint race grid. It is Switzerland starting from the top spot. It's a rolling start, remember, for this one. And right alongside them, Team France, driven by Loic Duval this weekend. On the second row, Great Britain, represented by Oliver Jarvis. We've got Germany's Michael Ammermuller making his debut. And another debutant, and that is Robert Wickens for Canada on the third row of the grid. As we go on down the grid, watch out for a couple of key nations, particularly the Netherlands starting from 10th place. They didn't have a particularly good qualifying performance. Ireland starting in 13th. Adam Carroll will be hoping for more from there. Alex Young all the way down in 19th, and bringing up the rear of the grid, it's Adam Khan for Pakistan. We're all set for the start of the sprint race. The Proton A1GP of Malaysia sees Neil Yarni for Switzerland on pole position, and we're racing, and it's France going with Switzerland, heading up towards the first turn. Great Britain in third place, but Germany on the outside with new man Michael Ammermuller there. Who's going to get the run into the first corner? It's Switzerland from France. Here comes Canada on the inside, and Great Britain, I think, ran into the back there, possibly, of one of the cars, and Jarvis has lost some places.
Yes, and Canada got up the inside, then New Zealand and China collide coming through turn 2.
Yeah, China ended up bashing the Black Beauty wall. One of them hit each other. Now look at Switzerland leading, but it's France in second under pressure from Canada. Look at this, Robert Wickens, fantastic debut from him, and Jarvis has lost a place for Great Britain as Brazil gets past.
So it's been a bad start for Great Britain, getting mugged by Canada. They slipped up the inside. Superb start from young Rob Bibbs, trying to go around the outside. South Africa and the Netherlands into turn 5 and 6.
South Africa desperate to make up. Ireland's made a good start, and now Ireland on the attack of Australia. They've gained a couple of places already from their starting position. Italy's gained some places, and Malaysia also in the mix. Here we are with Alex Young.
South Africa down in 11th place, and Ireland's the biggest gainer. Look, coming out of turn 8, cars on the track, off the track, diving down into turn 9. And Malaysia's made a great start, made up a lot of spots.
And India trying to go with him. That's Narendra Karthikeyan.
Indonesia gets spin round.
Yeah, well, that's no surprise there. It was all bunching up hugely, wasn't it? Into turn 9. Alex Young, the yellow and white Malaysia colours ahead of Team India there.
And the car, I guess Australia has gone off in turn 10. I think Australia has been punted or spun off in turn 10.
Right, we'll keep an eye out for that. Adam Carroll for Team Ireland, the green car of Ireland, certainly has moved up the order. Malaysia showing in 6th place. Is that possible? No, that's not right. So we'll have to take a look at that in a moment. That's sector 2. But up front, leading this race.
There it is, Australia, gravel bound and there for the duration.
Switzerland lead the race. It's France in 2nd place as we wait for them to cross the line this time. Good opening lap that from Switzerland. 3rd for Canada. 4th place for Germany. Then it's Brazil and Great Britain. New Zealand in 7th. Ireland in 8th place. That's a great start from Ireland, yes, from 13th.
Up from 13th place for Adam Carroll. Clear road now between him and was challenging from behind. And that is the Netherlands putting a challenge on Ireland, but Ireland's got its eyes focused clearly on New Zealand in that 7th place.
Malaysia's come from 19th place up into 11th. An outstanding first lap there from Alex Young for the host nation.
Well, they've done work on the car, clearly that, and maybe the pride of your nation has seen Alex Young. Now there's the gap you can see between Malaysia and India. Quite a difference. Italy, who's running in 10th place, but India all over the back of Malaysia, trying to claw back the ground that was lost at the start.
Team India tucked in behind Malaysia. They're running 11th and 12th, just outside the points. Malaysia might get into the points, which would be amazing in the sprint race from so far back, but there's a very disappointed Ian Dyke. We'll have to take a look at what happened there. They were all bunched so closely together. There must have been a little bit of contact. There was certainly a bit of contact at turn 1 that cost people time, including China, that's down in 19th place now. Poor Frankie Cheng all the way down in 19th. You're on board with Team India, and on the attack here, trying to get past Malaysia.
But we know Alex Young could always place his car on the bit of the racetrack that the car behind will want to follow. And we know that Narendra Karthikeyan late in the brakes, but he couldn't go down the inside. There wasn't room. There wasn't room to go down the outside, so he just had to check and wait.
2 former Grand Prix drivers going, ready to go wheel to wheel. They're certainly very close together at the moment. And of course, Alex Young and Narendra Karthikeyan have both tasted what it's like to be a Grand Prix driver, and they both want to win for their nations.
Watch, Karthikeyan is going to get into the slipstream of the Malaysia car, right under the rear wing. Malaysia staying on the lace of the track. India comes out alongside, battling behind South Africa and Mexico, but it's wheel to wheel into turn 14. Malaysia has got the corner.
Surely, yes, it's got the inside line. Narendra Karthikeyan will try and cut back. Goodbye, Alex Young for Malaysia. He held the apex and he's controlled that position for now. But this is going to go all the way. Still 11th place. Ahead of them is Italy. I haven't mentioned Italy either. They're in 10th and they also had a great first lap. Here comes Narendra Karthikeyan again on the attack. can't quite do it behind South Africa, going wheel to wheel with Portugal.
And it's the USA, Jonathan Somerton, trying to get into that mix. They were 3 cars abreast coming down pit straight into turn 1. Just interesting, fastest lap gone to Switzerland, surprise, surprise, by about 0.8 of a second over the rest of the field.
Oh, and China out of the race altogether now. Frankie out of his car. Well, maybe that's as a result of the contact in the first corner. Not quite sure. We'll get more news on that later and perhaps another chance to look at it. But on board with Team India, this is where the action is currently, because the race is led by Team Switzerland by 2 seconds from France. Canada placed, but you're riding with India.
You just hear on India how much time he's having to wait on the throttle compared to what they were doing in qualifying yesterday, where they were virtually flat out all the way through 5 and then into 6. They're off the throttle, they're waiting to feel the grip that they haven't got. A lot of the action is going to take place as we re-watch the start. Now keep an eye on Canada. That's the 5th of the cars coming down into turn 1, and it is Rob Wickens, look, he just light on the brakes, slides alongside Team GBR. There was slight contact, which deflected the nose of the car away from the corner. On board with Jarvis. There's Canada to the right. Watch the stay. Oh, and there was bodywork came off as well from Team GBR's car.
Yeah, he hit the back of the French car, did Oliver Jarvis. He's damaged the front wing on his car, and that's going to make life very, very difficult. Although he's running at a reasonable pace, I don't think he's going to be able to close those ahead. So there's Canada and Germany. Now these are 2 new drivers to A1GP, and they're fighting for 3rd position here. What a debut from both guys. The 18-year-old Robert Wickens for Team Canada, and right behind him the 21-year-old Michael Ammermuller for Germany. Germany desperate to try and get their campaign back on track, and he's got more experience at this level of motorsport, there's no doubt about it, than Robert Wickens ahead.
Just further back, you got the Team New Zealand, like a battle going on coming into turn 4.
Yeah, look at this, Team USA with Lebanon enjoying this as well.
And the Czech Republic right in the middle of that battle. So, but further forward, we're just catching a glimpse of the other black car. That was New Zealand. They're now within half a second of the rear of Team GBR.
That could be dangerous for Team GBR because the Black Beauty, the Kiwis, are hunting them down, and we know that there's some damage on the front of the British machine. So could be good news this for Johnny Reid as he tries to move back up the order once again. Remember, the qualifying positions for the feature race have already been set. It doesn't depend on this race at all, so they might as well go on the attack and see if they can gain a few more points in this one. We're looking back, they're still at the Czech Republic running in 16th position, but now coming back into this other little group on board with Portugal and India.
South Africa trying to go the outside round into turn 11-12. I mean, Adrian Zog is courageous, but that's not a place on the racetrack. And you can see the gap that's opened up now. Malaysia beginning to pull away significantly. 2 laps ago, this car was right under the rear wing. Now he's got pressure coming from South Africa, and Adrian Zog clearly feels that he, if he can get a past the India car, is going to make progress.
Team USA gets past the Czech, stays ahead rather of the Czech Republic. Oh, Canada and Germany getting close in that battle for 3rd, and Great Britain being passed by New Zealand. Johnny Reid goes round the outside. Great move by the Kiwi car, and Great Britain, I don't think, could do anything about that.
No, we saw that coming a lap ago, that Johnny Reid was on the move. We know that Oliver Jarvis's car has got a little bit of damage to the front wing, but the fact that Johnny Reid was able to catch up at that half a second in a lap really is an indication of what the problem is for Team GBR. They just cannot maintain the pace. Now he's going to come under threat from Team Ireland, who's still running in 8th place, with GBR in 7th.
Yeah, Netherlands in 9th place behind, then it's Italy in 10th, Malaysia, then this great run of cars all together right towards the back. They're all pretty much tied at the moment. You've got Pakistan versus Mexico. Now, let's just take a look. This was New Zealand attacking Great Britain.
Yeah, just simply quicker out of turn 14. Got the run and the slipstream, the draft down into turn 1, and simply just got ahead and then should close the door. And Oliver Jarvis not really in any position to challenge or to come back on New Zealand.
Riding up front with Neil Yarney, and he's got a comfortable lead. It's up to 2.7 seconds. He set the fastest lap last time around. He's looking for the maximum point score, and Neil Yarney, wheel perfect. He's going to surely do a back-to-back of sprint race victories here at Sepang if he carries on like this. 6 laps to go, and a big gap, and there's his engineer James Robinson on the radio to him saying, no problem at all, you've got a big advantage here over France in 2nd, 3rd place Canada, Germany not too far behind in 4th, then Brazil in 5th, and now of course it's New Zealand ahead of Great Britain and Ireland and the Netherlands.
Yeah, but Oliver Jarvis has not given up. He's back right up on the tail of the New Zealand car now. It's the drag all the way out of 14 up into turn 1. as we look at Ireland currently running in 8th place. So New Zealand in 6th, Great Britain 7th, Ireland 8th, Netherlands 9th, Italy up to 10th. Remember, Italy started way back in 18th place. They've made up 10 slots to be now running in 10th place.
On board the Black Beauty, and Johnny Reid, as you say, hasn't managed to sort of escape the clutches of Team GBR, has he? That's interesting. I thought he would be able to pull away, but that hasn't happened on this last lap. 150.3 from New Zealand, a little bit slower from GBR, but certainly Jarvis is not giving up here.
But you've got to keep an eye on the car behind Team GBR. That's Ireland. They're currently 1.9 seconds behind GBR. That was when they came across start-finish line. Looking at it there, I would say it is actually closer than that.
5 laps to go then. Let's see what develops over these remaining laps. There's still a few positions to be resolved here. Some good racing in Lebanon and Czech Republic now at it once again. Lebanon's got past. They've gained 16th place. This is Chris Alajajian driving for Lebanon, and he's been quite impressive learning the ropes of A1GP World Cup of Motorsport, and he's nipped past the Czech driver.
Well, they're having a great little battle down the tail end of the field, and it's all good experience. Nothing beats actually racing. Driving a racing car is great, but racing is what it's all about. And ultimately, all the work you do over the weekend is just exclusively for these two events this afternoon.
And it is great racing, as ever, in A1GP. Identical cars, evenly matched engines, all the same engines as well. So it's down to the drivers and teams to extract the maximum, and that's why we've got such close racing here. Canada still holding on to a good third from Germany.
Look at Netherlands come out of the slipstream, and Ireland take the inside of the racetrack coming into turn 14, and the Netherlands have taken a place away from Ireland. That all again was the result of a poor exit at a 13 for Adam Carroll and Team Ireland. I thought Ireland were going to make a move. They looked as if they were going to catch up to Team GBR, currently in 7th place, but now that mantle's been taken by the Netherlands. They're going to try and run down GBR for that top 7 spot.
I didn't look at the power boost when that happened. It looked like a classic bit of power boost being used, I must say, because the Netherlands gained a lot of speed on that back straight, and maybe Adam Carroll wasn't able to respond. They go through turns 1 and 2, neat and tidy through there, and so there is a change. Netherlands now 8th, Ireland back to 9th, but nonetheless still having a pretty good run into the points. This is a replay of that move.
Yeah, that's a classic overtaking manoeuvre. Adam Carroll made no attempt whatsoever to make it hard for the Netherlands. He probably knows that, in fact, it's not a matter of just simply horsepower, it's more a matter of lap time potential, and it looks to me like the Netherlands car is right now the quicker of those two cars.
Great Britain now just beginning to drop it back a little bit from New Zealand. They're running 6th and 7th currently. Must be a little bit of concern about the front wing on that car. It did take a fairly hefty bash into the back of the French car at the start of this race, and we've seen in the past that often removes the whole front fin. If you lose that, you're going to lose a huge amount of front downforce. The car will be sliding massively, and it'd be very difficult to stay in the top 10. But for the moment, Jarvis is holding on. He's in 7th place. Netherlands next car on the road, and he's got a reasonable margin over that. There's the Swiss machine though, running like a Swiss watch. It's perfect, it's like clockwork, and Neil Yarni's just extending that lead. He's already got fastest lap in this race, and the gap up to 3.5 seconds over Team France.
And there's nothing that Loic Duval for France is able to do. He's able to run. That last lap actually was actually a 10th of a second quicker than that of race leader Switzerland, but all the work done by Switzerland on the opening 2 laps gave him that 2.7 advantage. Now it's up to 3.4 as they come across start-finish line, and in effect what we're seeing is France just dropping back that little bit more. Challenge from Germany and Canada coming into turn 1. Germany, will they try and go the long way around? He's not far enough up, but again, what a mature drive from such a young man.
That's
Rob
good.
Wickens, 18 years old.
Yeah, good stuff, isn't it? But Michael Ammermuller for Germany can scent the opportunity of getting a podium finish on his debut. These two guys, first ever race in A1GP, is closing up to him a little bit up to turn 4. Canada goes defensive, and so Ammermuller just bides his time and sees if there's an opportunity on the exit. Nothing to do there. Good
Canada's
stuff.
got 2 more shots of power boost.
Oh,
Germany's
he's alongside, John. He's alongside into one of the fastest sections. Surely not. He's holding on, and Canada's just staying in front. Wow, that was good stuff.
Yes, he was on alongside, but he was on the wrong part of the racetrack for turn 6. If you get alongside somebody into turn 5, you've got to make it stick and get ahead of them on the exit. He couldn't do that. Rob Wickens went with him. He stuck with him, and that was courageous, but great driving from Canada.
And the others are catching up. Wickens is fighting his position here, but Brazil's now right on terms with him, and New Zealand's not far back either. So we're going to have a tremendous tussle with 3 laps to go here, all for the final podium spot.
The problem is that Germany has used all its power boost. Canada's still got 2 shots of it remaining. We've got 3 laps to go. It's going to be on this run out of turn 13 up into turn 14, where Germany will try to use the benefit of their car's working better. I think Canada's got an oversteering car, the back of the car sliding around more. That's where Canada's losing time. Germany's trying to get under the wing, but we're looking at Canada. They've now used power boost. They've only got 1 shot left. Germany looks to dive down the inside. Not close enough this time.
He's biding his time, is Ammermuller. This is sensible stuff from the German. The Canadian just beginning to look a little ragged.
But I tell you, this time coming down, again, Canada has power boost, 1 shot remaining. Germany pulls out alongside on the outside going into turn 1. He needs to get ahead before he gets into the braking zone. Again, Canada late on the brakes, consolidate that 3rd place.
Yeah, he is late on the brakes. Robert Wickens, he's got all that bravery of youth, and he manages to stay ahead at the critical part of the circuit. Ammermuller's going to have to think this one through, but he's got to watch out because Sergio Jimenez of Brazil is not far behind. And then Johnny Reid of New Zealand as well, of course, the points leaders in A1GP. They're bearing down on this battle for a podium spot as well. Great Britain's in the queue, and then not far behind them, Team Netherlands. Ireland a bit further back in 9th, Italy still in 10th.
The story is that Canada is really holding up the cars behind. Their last lap was a 1:51.5. You go back to New Zealand in 6th place, doing a 50.5. Great Britain did a 50.2. So that's the reason why we're now seeing this train of cars, all concertina behind Canada with 2 laps to go.
Oh, this is good fun, and it's fascinating to see how the new boys cope with the pressure, cope with the demands of A1GP. There's not a new boy though, Johnny Reid knows the tricks of the trade. That's the rear view from Johnny Reid's car. Well, he dealt with Team GBR very effectively earlier on in this race, but now he's going to have to see if he can find a way past Team Brazil.
Well, the Netherlands suddenly happened there. One of the 3 cars, only 3 cars that have got into the 1:49s. Netherlands currently in 8th place, 2.2 seconds behind GBR in 7th place.
Well, maybe they can do something from there, but we're running out of laps in which to do it because only 2 laps to go, and Team Switzerland with that 3.5 second advantage. And when they come around this time, we'll be going on to their final lap. Canada still squirming a bit under braking, but Germany still not able to come through. On to the final lap then. Germany is going to have to take maybe a little gamble this time, not quite as close as he was last time, and maybe not close enough to challenge unless he goes for the inside, up towards turn 1. Here we go, no, he has to go to the outside. Wickens covers the inside, and Ammermuller now trying to go all the long way round. He can't do that, surely.
No, Wickens dives down the inside. Collision between the 2 cars. He literally barged into the side of Canada. He just took the chance. Bodywork coming off. That, I think, is off the Germany car. Rob Wickens, I think, was caught unawares. He did not expect Michael Ammermuller to make that move. That was a hard move from the German driver. Now Brazil, they sense the possibility of getting up with the 4th place. Canada losing 3rd in that corner, turn 2.
And New Zealand's right in there as well, trying to take advantage. Brazil down the inside into turn 5. But once again, Wickens shuts the door firmly in his face, as he did to Germany a lap ago.
Well, we didn't expect to see that in turn 2, but that was a brave move, a calculated move by Germany, and caught Canada unawares. There was contact, and Rob Wickens might feel that was harder than was necessary, but that's sometimes what you've got to do if you want to get on the podium. And the only way he was going to do that was to catch Wickens by surprise, and he did.
He did indeed. Wickens for Canada back into 4th place. Then right behind him it is Brazil with New Zealand and Great Britain still in the hunt. But look at this man, he's been supreme out front. Absolutely no one's been able to touch him in this race. He has a huge lead in only 10 laps. It's Neil Yarni for Switzerland, and he's heading down the final straight here towards the last corner. He's got nothing to worry about. He's just got to coast it round the final turn, and it is Team Switzerland who are going to take their 3rd ever A1GP win, and it's back-to-back sprint race victories at Sepang in Malaysia for Neil Yarni at Switzerland, with France taking 2nd.
But France is going to try and get their fastest lap of the race. They were on power boost in the last lap, but no, fastest lap has gone to Switzerland on lap 10, the last lap of the race.
And on his debut, Michael Ammermuller takes 3rd for Germany. Robert Wickens is 4th for Canada. Brazil takes a strong 5th. New Zealand there, home in 6th place ahead of Great Britain. More battles going on further back though.
India, South Africa.
So yeah, South Africa just ahead and beating India on the line. They got the place on the line there. South Africa finishes 12th with India 13th, USA 14th and Portugal in 15th position. And there's the response down in the Swiss pit. Fantastic result for those guys. James Robinson, who's engineered the car so perfectly this weekend, Neil Yarni used great effect, didn't he, to dominate that one, taking fastest lap at the end there as well. Michael Ammermuller, a brilliant debut. Little controversial though with that move on Team Canada. It was certainly aggressive. Alex Young getting congratulated by Jack Cunningham, seat holder for Team Malaysia. He fought his way from 19th to 11th. But there is our race winner. Neil Yarni celebrates with the Swiss crew. And with that, going to the top of the table in the points as well. Up onto the podium goes Neil Yarni. He does love this Sepang circuit, winner of the sprint race last year, and he's backed that up with victory again. Good effort from Loic Duval for Team France, and they definitely are still going to be factors in this year's series. Germany back up there on the podium, first podium finish for the defending World Cup title holders. And it's time to hand out those medals, those trophies as well. Third place man, Michael Ammermuller. Well, you can't have a much better debut than a podium finish in your first race. And there's delight down there for the German team. And their second place medal goes to Loic Duval for Team France. He's had a few second places, still seeking that elusive first win. But it is win number 3 for Neil Yarni in his A1GP career. And 2 of those victories have come at the Sepang International Circuit.